Hey folks, it's Lindsay Huddleston back at it again with Sports Psychology Solutions. You got the SPS Watch Party at Champs in the Eastwood Town Center. I'm sitting here with my guy, Keith. Keith to the new crib, Tate. Coach Tate, that is, over at Waverly High School. Man about town, and soon to be announcing some upcoming events you got coming up this holiday season. A nice party. And also joined by Thomas Superstar T. Cage, my guy T. Cage in the building. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
We say, hey, make the hood wealthy again. Talk about that. That's got Thomas out here. Thomas is a man about town, very familiar with the social scene, the athletic scene, all that. Always been a good friend. And you hear a little business to discuss. You got something you want to roll out and talk about that we had talked about a little while ago. So let's get an intro from you, Thomas, and tell us what you got going on.
Well, coming up November 16th, we have a small business expo we're doing at the RA1 Range. Something that we would love for the community to come out and be a part of. Mm-hmm. You know, we realize a lot of people don't get a chance to feature their businesses in places, and with the people that we know, we can connect dots for certain people that they get with a type of group they didn't get a chance to get connected to. So we just decided to open the platform up for people so they can come see what other people have going. You know, we got some great companies that's going to be out there.
What are some of the businesses that's going to be featured?
Mr. Tate is supposed to be featured. You know, New crib Keith, as we call him.
New crib Keith. Okay, I like that. Keith to the new crib and new crib Keith. Yeah. Okay, who else?
Who else do we have on there? We got a DJ, Willow Banks. He's supposed to be a part of the DJ and entertainment company out there. Yep.
Okay.
A couple other small businesses. I gotta go through the whole list of them, but those are the two people who I know personally right now. Everybody else is smaller business. I'm just getting familiar with.
So this is an opportunity for small business to come out and get their name out and let people in the community see what they're doing to be able to promote their business and what's going on.
Correct. So if you got something going on and you want to be a part of the expo, it's enough time for you to get in tune, get connected, and get set up. We're gonna have a lot of tables, and like I said, with the cross promotion, everybody get a chance to network with each other. It's just a great opportunity to see what somebody else got going that you can help with, and how y'all can cross promote to make you guys' business grow.
Right, Keith, you're involved in this. What drew you into this, other than Thomas calling you and saying, "Let's get down"? You know, what drew you into this?
I had him. I had my man Bird hit me up. You know what I mean? So, but no, honestly, it's really about supporting. You know, I'm a big small business supporter just in general, whether it's in town, whether it's in Atlanta, whether it's in Chicago. I'm all about all right, this is something that's not being, even though I got Jordan or Nike on or whatever, I still make sure I support the fashion geeks, the money balls, the just everything. It's a Amir James in Atlanta. I really try to support, small businesses, because I've done a lot of small business stuff, a lot of different projects, whether it's me hosting parties, whether it was Jimmy Flint with his, entertainment career, you know what I mean? So me being in the real estate industry, and then with me with my book, your book, what I mean? So it's all about, I really try to make sure I support everything that's going on, and I just looked at this as another opportunity to support. It ain't necessarily about me let me get in here as a small business and try to get some more connections. It's more so my man's in them is putting something on. How can I be a part of this and make it as big as possible, be a small piece to make it as big as possible for them.
Right, that's good. We're here at the SPSEdge Watch Party. They're getting ready to feature the Michigan State Spartans. Thomas Kithier with his mask and all that. So to that point, Keith, and also for you, Thomas, why do you think it's such a challenge to get people to come out and support small businesses, even though you guys do and we do, but why do you think it's just a challenge overall?
I think one of the things is with small business, because everybody's more personable, sometimes it turns into, again, the interaction or engagement, things you've heard about other people. So it's I don't want to tap into that person's business because I don't know, I heard this about them. And sometimes the people who you heard some things about might be the best people you know, because they have some things that you might not have known they could do. People are so closed-minded nowadays when it comes to business. And, I have my mom does the food. She's in a food group page called Local Eats, and I look at that page every day, and there's so many people who do business on that page. And it's sometimes I want to grab somebody hey man, you got to clean up your images and what you're doing with your pictures, because this is food, it's different,
Sure, right. Yeah, they got to look all the way right.
I can't tell them what to do, And not everybody supports us, because again, some people might not like me per se, which is cool if you do, if you don't. But don't stifle the business aspect of it of seeing what you can get, because you go to McDonald's every day and you know some of the times McDonald's not good for you.
Machine shut down at 10.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, man, because people talk about creating their own wealth. I see you repping, make the hood wealthy again. I like the concept, but it's almost like people don't really understand the importance of small businesses and what they do. I saw a great meme a while ago. It said, when you support small businesses, you end up supporting a local Little League team, because that same small business is going to be able to invest more. And I think, like you said, Thomas, people get so much caught up on, I don't want Thomas to benefit, or I'm not supporting Keith, or I'm not feeling Lindsay, but they miss the whole point that supporting us supports the community, when those major corporations, I'm sorry, may not have their resources trickle down. What do you think about that, Keith?
No, that's very true, man. It's definitely something to be cognizant of. And to that, just to play both sides of it, is all for everyone to still be professional, still give good customer service as a small business, still have good product as a small business as well, you know what I mean? But I mean, because it goes both ways, whether sometimes some people might not support just because of whatever reason, you know what I mean? Some people just don't support small businesses just off rip. I mean, for maybe they're not doing it intentionally, it's just subconsciously they just don't even, they're not aware, they don't know, they don't care, so on and so forth. And of course, like the page he was talking about on Facebook, the Lansing Local Eats, I check that out all the time. I wish I could get stuff every day if I could. I definitely try to support, like a Smoothie Queen has a lot of great stuff on there.
Shout out to Tammy, the Smoothie Queen.
Right, Nodi's wife. I can't remember her name right now, but I mean her egg rolls and stuff was on. Wow. Oh man. But you know what? It's great that we have that. It's great that Thomas and Bird, they all putting the expo on, which is, like I said, I think much needed in the Lansing area. How did you guys? It's a game about to tip in a moment. How did you guys come together to get this going, or who was all kind of the brain trust to get this moving forward?
Well, me and Anthony talked, and then he asked what I thought about Jay Smooth, Justin Christensen, and I was like, man, I said that's a good guy, and he was like, well, let's all work together on this, man. I'm saying I'm gonna reach out to him. He like, I think y'all the perfect two people to talk to, because I see y'all the most, and I was like, whatever you need from me. I've always told him that since he opened RA1, whatever you need, let me know. As far as promotion on the business aspect of getting people in the gym, telling people that the gym is available, things of that nature. Whatever I can do to help anybody I know that has a business going, I try to help them. I don't shy away from it. So when he said he wanted to do that, I was like, I got you. And Jay Smooth jumped on board. We put the ideas together, came with the right mindset of how we wanted to go. At first, it started off as a certain type of expo. We was like, no, we don't want to limit it to a certain group or people to feel like it's for a certain group. We want everybody to feel like they can be a part of it. And we opened it up, and it made a lot more sense to go that route.
Nice.
You know?
It's always good when you include more people. We're getting ready to tip off in just a moment, folks. If you're just joining, I hear that the audio isn't too good. That's okay, because this is actually being recorded as well, and this will go out after the fact, and we'll get to talk about the expo and whatnot. But you see the Michigan State Spartans taking the floor, and the Kentucky Wildcats in their home white color at Madison Square Garden. We're going to see. So
who y'all got?
That's what I'm about to ask. Who you feeling, TK?
I got to go green all day. I'm not going to have stuff with Kentucky. What I always realized too, early in the season, Izzo usually has his way with Calipari early in the season. So I'm going to take that one and roll with it and see what happens.
Hey, I want Michigan State to win. I'm going Kentucky Blue today, though.
Kentucky Blue today. You represent. Yeah. If I can throw my third, I'm going to go with Michigan State. I know these guys are working really hard, and they're definitely not. That's the back cut right there.
There we go.
They over anxious.
Yeah, they definitely come to put in work, and I think they got a goal. I think Kentucky may have a goal of having a successful season, but Michigan State's goal is to win a national championship.
Correct.
So we'll see.
One of the things of this season that's kind of has me upset is that Josh is out. Josh being one of my favorite players on the team.
Gone.
But I'm thinking that Gabe Brown and Henry, they definitely gonna fill the void, and Rocket is definitely gonna help fill the void this year.
Absolutely.
With Josh being down for as long as he is. But that leadership with Josh when he comes back, hopefully after the new year, we can make that late season push that just takes us over the edge to go to the national championship.
Yeah, the interesting thing about Joshua, as you all well know, that he is very much committed to the faith probably like no athlete we've seen in the modern day, and that's
Ever.
a good thing. And I just wonder, I think that he may be at a mindset that it'd be great if he can come back, but I don't think he's necessarily that pressed to come back, as opposed to going on and fulfilling what other obligations he may think he may need to feel from a spiritual standpoint.
We had a conversation about that this past summer. I bumped into him at Logan's Row House.
Okay.
I was in there grabbing some food, and I saw him, and we just talked for a second. He said, man, if I'm able to play by the grace of God, I'm thankful. He like, but if I don't get a chance to fulfill the athletic side of what I want to do, he said, God got so much more in store for me outside of basketball. I said, so you sound like a person who's at peace whether you play or not.
Right.
He said, God got me here, and I've seen more things in my life through basketball based because of what God gave me. Now it's time to fulfill everything He asked of me. So that young man is a special person.
No, he's very special.
Him and Tom are very special.
I totally agree with that. I totally agree with how special he is. We see the Spartans keep working, X trying to go up. I mean, if you look at guys like Xavier Tillman, his maturity, being married, second child on the way. I think the whole Spartan team, what you see right there is also the benefit of third-year and fourth-year players. Not that I'm knocking people who go one and done, Miles Bridges, Jaren Jackson, whatnot, but this is the benefit you have when you have a seasoned team that's bought in. But, yeah, I want to wish the best to Josh. To be able to see him out there would be great, but at the end of the day, you want him to be better off, whether it's through basketball or not, and I think that's a great thing.
Correct.
See what this boy Rocket can do. Hey, he looked like he should be playing for Kentucky.
He definitely does.
The way he moves looks like he's supposed to be playing for Kentucky.
Definitely. It cut off on us.
Yeah, hello. Okay, yeah. Rocket move like he's supposed to be being a Wildcat. Yeah, it's working. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Just seeing like I said, you can see Kentucky has the quickness factor in them, and they seem a little over anxious right now. You know what I mean? Like they hyped up for this game, especially Michigan State being number 1 in the nation and Final Four. Everybody predicting them to win, and so on and so forth. So it's gonna be interesting seeing how it all plays out. Oh, sealed them. Hey, man, it's gonna be a good game. Hey, Kentucky is number 2. It ain't like they unranked.
Right.
It ain't like they young and unranked,
Definitely.
So yeah, but Rocky got a different speed about him.
Can you hear me?
Oh man, turnover.
Okay.
Back on. You good, Thomas?
Yeah. My mic was out for a minute.
Sorry about that. Just trying to add a little mic to help those folks who may be checking in. Yeah, it's a good game. I wonder if this game is going to be similar to the game we saw between Kansas and Duke a second ago. I mean, how many lead changes? There were so many lead changes.
Duke ended up pulling that out, didn't they?
Yep,
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Along with Kansas' 28
turnovers.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's rough.
It sounded like Kansas. It sounded like Duke didn't pull it out. It sounded like Kansas gave it to him.
Yeah. That's pretty much kind of what happened. And one.
And I have to admit, man, I'm a little slow on Kentucky's scouting report. I can't really go through their roster just yet and tell you who they have. Who
they got young, fast kids every year. That's all you need to know about their roster.
Says when Calipari get on that jet to go to somebody's house to do that recruiting, he's not playing.
And I think they got a couple of transfers this year as well. So they got some kids that aren't just freshmen. They got some kids that transferred over to Kentucky.
Those are your program guys.
People that already played a year or two of college ball. So they kind of already got a little bit of experience under their belt. But yeah, man. Yeah, this kid, I remember he was featured on like a HBO special.
He was on an HBO special about not getting paid.
Yeah, yep.
What do you mean?
He about like a senior now, though.
Remember the special that LeBron and Maverick put together?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 4. He from New York. He thought he was gonna be able to be one and done, but this is like he like a junior, senior.
He was balling last year.
Yeah,
I thought he was gonna go last year.
He was doing all right.